What's going on, guys? Asian Eyes White Dragon here. This is the deck profile for the Dimensional Eatos. So with the reprint of Eatos, you guys might want to try this out because it is available for a lot more players now. So let's get on with the deck profile, then I'll explain some of the things as I go along. So first off, Black Luster Soldier, very good card. It's too good not to run, and you can run it in this deck. It does make some Eatoses that you draw later on in the game. If they are dead, it kind of makes them live again because you're pretty much running only lights and darks. So we got, Black Luster Soldier. And then we got two breakers just because it's really good just to first turn breaker plus like set D prison is just too good. Obviously, sometimes they just go set one back row set like a Sangan, and then you can just go pop the back row sack for Caius, and then it really does put your opponent in a bad situation, especially if they need that floater to go off. Caius just too good. I like that card. Plus it combos well with the next card, which is DD Survivor. Now if you tribute DD Survivor, he just comes back over and over. Pretty darn good. And then we got two Warrior Ladies, and I'll explain why I'm running 2 and 2 in a second. But then we got the main card in the deck, the Beat Stick, Guardian Eatos. So pretty good card, 25 attack, and you just have to have no monsters in your graveyard to special summon it. Plus you can just call the Haunted it, which is also why I'm running Call. And so yeah, 3 Thunder Kings, just because Thunder King shuts down a lot of decks, and it's just really good to go first turn summon Thunder King, set Starlight Road, and then more protection. It's just too good. And then we got Dark Hole, and then 3 Dimensional Fissures, 1 Heavy Storm, 1 Reborn, 3 Duality. Now the Duality only stops your Survivor, it can stop your Eatos, but essentially you really do need to draw into like a relatively consistent hand, and so this really does help a lot. And then we got a Reinforcement in the army, and that's why I'm doing 2 Warrior Lady and 2 Survivor, just because whatever one I really need to get, maybe I already have D-Fissure on the field and I'd rather go for Survivor in case he wants to maybe D-Prison, like if he added a D-Prison with like a Duality, I know that he has it, so I can just be like, okay, I'll just get out a Survivor, and then he is in a bad situation. And then we got 2 Shard of Greed, which came out recently, and I do like this card, it's okay. I like to open up with it first turn, like first, if I go first, I go set Starlight Road, activate Shard of Greed, and maybe a D-Prison summon Breaker. I really feel like I have such an edge over my opponent. And then we got 2 Smashing Ground, just because this deck can push really fast. If you open up with 2 Eatos or have 2 Eatos, like in first to third turn, you can really push for game instantly, just Smashing Ground. And this deck kind of does have problems against bigger monsters. I mean, essentially, Eatos, they really need to get like a big monster to get over it. So once they do that, you can, your answers are pretty much D-Prison, and then Smashing Ground just really helps. Plus, like if your opponent has a Stardust Dragon already, just activate D-Fissure, and then activate Smashing Ground. If they want to tribute their Stardust, which they always will, it'll just get removed, and then it won't come back because it's not in the graveyard. But then we got 2 Call of the Haunted. It makes Eatoses, again, better. Also helps if they like warning your DD Survivor, and then you just bring it back. And then, it works really well. And then we got 2 D-Prison, another removal card. And then 1 Macro, just because it's not as fast as D-Fissure. Plus it can get warning, and if they're warning it, it's not the end of the world though. I mean, it's relatively good for you, because then you can kind of just push for game really fast. And then we got 2 Solemn Warnings, and then 3 Starlight Road. I really do like 3, just because I'm running the Shard of Greeds. Like, if I get kind of a cloggy hand, if I activate Shard of Greed and then set a Starlight Road, I really feel like I have an edge. Again, just because if I get out a Stardust Dragon and then still get to like draw 2 next turn, and I've already negated their Heavy Storm or Dark Hole, because this deck does push really fast. So like if I have a Starlight Road set, I can just go special summon double Eatos and then normal summon a Thunder King. And if they want a Mirror Force, Torrential, it's no big deal. I just get out a Stardust, and then that's game. And then last card, Torrential Tribute, just really good. This is one of my favorite traps in Yu-Gi-Oh! Just because it lets you capitalize on your opponent like pushing or overextending really easy. Plus, when they go for like Trishula, before they go for Trish, you just Torrential. And as far as extra deck, there's not really much synchroing. There is XYZing. So the XYZs, we got Gem Knight Pearl, and then 2 Utopias and a Roach. And then 2 Stardust Dragons, and then essentially anything after that, you're going to have to be using your opponent's cards. So we got Chimeric Fortress Dragon. If your opponent happens to get machines plus their Cyber Dragon out, you can just go Chimeric. But pretty much you're only going to be using Reborn to get your opponent's monsters, like their tuners, and then you're going to be synchroing with their monsters. So you can't essentially synchro in this deck. But Arcanite's really good. Black Rose, Bryo, and then Colossal, Scrap Dragon, and a Trishula. But those are the cards that you can pretty much only get out with your opponent's monsters. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment sections down below if you want to maybe have any suggestions for this deck or any questions. But thanks for watching, guys. Let me know what you think of this deck. This is a Dimensional Fissure Eatos deck. But thanks for watching, guys. Asian Eyes White Dragon, signing out.